here we are again, universe, anyone tuning into this here transmission. It is I, Zycon Ebb and Flow, another episode of Iris of Our Eye. I should have looked this up before we started. I guess I can look it up now since I can just edit this out. Oh well. We got 36, so this would be theoretically 37. This is 37.
Okay.
This is 37.
It's 37.
37. Sitting down with my friend Susan Lamb. We go way back, I guess, sort of, I think 3 years-ish. This is an Aluna human being. I met her at the ayahuasca facilitator training that I did all those moons ago. Susan is artist of the needle kind, the woolly kind. She makes sweaters,
Scarves and sweaters.
knitting, classic grandma stuff. And I guess, do you want to pick up the guitar?
Yeah. I'm going to try to pick up the guitar.
Pick up the guitar.
Learn a few songs, or a couple of songs, maybe.
Yeah, dude. Start with one.
Some chords.
Start with one, yeah. And then if you ever have any questions, just feel free to ask me, because I'm here to support anyone trying to improve in a musical endeavor. So right now it's Monday, October 28th, just before 10 o'clock. We're in Camas, but Portland, the Portland-ish area. I record like all over the world, so I had to give the specifics for the people who may or may not be paying attention. It's like there's only 50 subscribers on the YouTube channel, so I just assume that no one's watching or paying attention, but maybe somewhere along the way, eventually someone will be like, oh wow, I'm tuning in, this guy's talking and speaking to whoever that is. Maybe, I don't know. It's weird, man. Feels weird.
Concept.
Yeah, notion that somebody somewhere in the future, so you're doing something now that in the future somebody might be paying attention to, or you do something where people are paying attention, and then it's just retroactively the internet is this time loop.
Yeah.
Of just anyone in the future can find the thing that you're doing right now. To me, it's trippy.
Mind bending. Yeah.
Mind bending. That's a good one too. Mind bending. So, I think that's who, what, when, where, why. For you, for me, for fun. Mostly just to have this look back in the future.
Yeah.
However many more
I know.
things we get together. How's the internet? So, here we are. Susan, what is art to you? That's the first,
What is art?
enormous question.
I enjoy many different types of art. I mean, the art that I practice is mostly needle art and cross stitch, needlepoint, knitting, felting. But I've been doing some beading. So art to me is anything you produce for your own pleasure or for someone else, to put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Expression. For your personal expression.
Any healing involved in that? Do you feel like there's some catharsis in the artistic process? Whether that be for you or for other people?
Yeah, well, take, for example, the experience we had yesterday at the Hopscotch in Portland, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
That was an interactive type of art, so that was a little different. All kinds of sensory and visual art, interactive, so it's like you could feel it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can look at art and still feel it, but to have the sound and touch added a lot to it.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. I like the how digital it was.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that gave a lot of impermanence, but still expression. How we had seen the Buddha board.
Yes.
In the gift shop. I felt like that was what the graffiti thing was, but just electronically.
Yes.
Versus just water.
Yeah, that was interesting because you could just clear the wall and start all over again.
There's probably some metaphor in there about how you can live your life that way. You just clear the wall, start again.
Just clear the board.
Clear the board. What inspired you to start knitting or needling or crafting?
Gosh, I had a friend who knit, so that got me into it, and I just taught myself to knit. Yeah, I had her to help me if I got stuck.
Sure.
So that was somebody to do it with was what inspired me. Yeah, to see what her creations, and there's just a lot of different avenues for knitting that you don't think about. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's definitely not a mainstream anymore.
No.
It used to be like way back before industrialization. It was one of like the main things women would get
you had to
together.
knit socks. If you wanted socks, you had to knit them.
Right.
Or if you wanted a sweater, you had to knit it.
The whole process of like spinning the wheel to make the yarn.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I tried that. It's hard.
Is it?
It's very hard. Time consuming. I don't even know how you get a whole
Spools,
skein of yarn.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, now we just have machines to do everything, but it saves time, but it like, what is the quote? Is like idle hands are the devil's plaything. Because like once you lose that like thing that you feel like you've stacked your identity around, or like feel like it's your purpose in life, or a task that takes a big chunk of your time away. Once you don't have that anymore,
yes,
a lot of people I feel like get lost.
Yes,
or are bad at like figuring out another thing to do.
Right, because we've come to the point where we have machines to do things for us now. So, yeah, we have lots of time on our hands, and sometimes it's difficult to, I don't know if the motivation is the right word, so what do I do now? Because I can go out and buy a sweater, I can buy socks.
Right.
Why do I need to knit?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh. That was Nina. Should probably come out.
Yeah, see what's going on.
Speak of the devil, here we go. We got a dog. Yeah, sorry, I moved your stuff around, Nina. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Nina. She's a good dog.
Hmm?
She's a good dog.
She's a good dog, yes.
Little separation anxiety with this one, though.
Yes.
Can't handle not
being
with Susan. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm not making fun of you. Don't worry.
Okay, you can lay down. You can lay down now. Yep, you checked on everybody.
We're all here. We're not going anywhere. We'll bring you with us when we go to the post office. So community inspires you with the knitting?
Yes, community. So since I've moved, it's been a little more difficult for me to pick it up because I feel like I should be doing something productive, and that sometimes it doesn't seem productive enough.
I mean, I feel like I have that sense very strongly because I'm where I am in my life. I'm almost 28 now, but like
being almost 70,
right?
I should have that figured out by now, right?
Well, just the fact that like if you're retired, like why even have that feeling anymore? But I guess if it's like the way that society's like beat you into the shape of conformity over your whole life, you're like, how are you supposed to just get rid of that overnight?
And retirement is supposed. How are you enjoying retirement? You don't have to go to work anymore. Well, work was go to work every day, and I liked it, and I enjoyed the people there. So when you retire, okay, now what do I do? I guess. Yeah. Right.
Loss of identity, loss of that thing where you're like
the purpose every morning.
That's what fills me with I do this every day. This is who I am. This is what I do.
I'm helping people. I'm, interacting with my coworkers. I'm out in the community, and then all of a sudden it stops. Yeah.
It's just gone. Yeah, I don't know. At least, especially in America, like I remember seeing some like statistic or study that's like the amount of close friends Americans have had has been dwindling over the years. To be more
fewer and fewer.
Yeah, fewer and fewer, like more in the past, less in the present. How if it was you and a bunch of people that you knew all were sort of retiring around the same time, you could probably like do a thing or together still.
Right.
But yeah, if you're just got less people
Yeah.
around.
Maybe if I was in my same community where I worked, I would have more of that. But having moved,
Yeah, that's what it's tough.
trying to find community in a new place at my age is a little daunting.
No, yeah, I guess I kind of like luck out with like basically music. Yeah, basically music has been like really like, I guess convenient is the way to say it when it comes to like building a new friend group.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, as soon as I moved out of my mom's house and like came back from the Marines, it was like I found somebody who was like trying to run an open mic. And like we became pretty good friends, and then he helped me get a job at the place he worked. And then when I moved out of California and finally like settled in Sonoma County, same thing. I just like found somebody who was doing like art and healing stuff, and then like ended up becoming good friends with them, and they're like gaggle of people.
Yeah.
So I don't know, especially as like when you're a little kid, it's like you're just in school and like you're just with these people.
Yes.
24/7.
Yes.
So you're like, I guess you gotta be friends
So
with
you
them.
kind of attract, your friends at that time, and hope, if you're lucky, grow up with them, and they're still your friends.
Yeah, I mean, I have one kid who I went from kindergarten to high school with, and but I don't see him anymore because he's back on the East Coast. But I know if I like was in town and he was around, I could like hit him up. And
Yeah.
like, hey man, I know it's been forever, but want to hang out? But yeah, it's definitely different.
It's different, yeah.
Yeah, when it's not every day, all the time. Past, present, or future. It's up to me, right? I'm making the decisions here. I guess. Yeah, I like this question. Like, what lesson do you think was the biggest takeaway from either like your life or the creative endeavors?
Biggest takeaway. Just since my awakened spiritual journey began a few years ago, it is be kind to others and especially to yourself. Because when I look back, it wasn't as kind as I wish I would have been to others and myself.
Yeah.
Even though I was trying to please others because that's the way I was raised, to make myself small so I could make others comfortable and happy. And having that ingrained in me for so many years has been a shadow that I've had to come out from under.
Yeah, face,
yeah.
Yeah, there's something about the appearance of niceties, and how like it's not really the same thing as being kind.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's
put on a mask. And,
yeah,
and that's what I thought. This is what people want from me, so I need to put this mask on and act this way and do these things, even though the doing of it was stressful for me, because I was trying to please everyone. So that's been a tough one.
Yeah, when it doesn't come from an authentic place, and you can't acknowledge how you're feeling as the person doing the emotional like placating, I guess. Then it's just fake.
And worrying about what people think, it's like that's just not necessary.
Well, they're gonna think what they're gonna think.
They're gonna think. People are gonna have their own feelings, and they're on their own journey, and you can't try to second guess. But you just have to be yourself and
own it.
Yeah, because regret is just not a.
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Leads to depression and all kinds of mental hardships.
Rejection is better than regret.
Yes.
Adage that I try to live by. But I don't regret it. I kind of regret it only because it's like I'd rather be having this habit. I took this personality test that said I was like more extroverted than I thought I was. So in a way, it kind of makes sense because when I do have that like outgoing, like what was that? I can't remember what that word on that card was, but the leadership quality of just like instigating or just like starting the conversation is like super fun just to like see what the fuck is going on with the other person.
See what the reaction is.
But when you get all up in your head and you're like, oh no, like what if this person doesn't like me, or like what if they have a boyfriend or any of that dumb shit, then it's like you stay small and like constricted in your own like made up mental model of reality. So I just rather like, there's 2 times this so far being here that I was like, damn, I should have talked to that pretty girl.
Next time.
Yeah, right. But it's like I feel like it's for me, especially because I have a very extreme personality. I'm like all or nothing. It's like either every time I'm like this guy, but then like because then I overdo it and I just feel like I get exhausted and I'm like, oh fuck, like now I'm just too tired and I don't want to. That's so actually finding that balance, being able to like slow down and like tune in to what the fuck is that I actually need to do. Be what? Maybe she's agreeing with me.
I think maybe she needs a walk.
Oh yeah, dude, her ears perked up. She was like, yeah, I do need that.
We'll go in a little bit. Yeah.
Right. I promise, Nina. We'll go. I'm not gonna steal your walking time. You should have ate your food earlier, silly. She had a terrible habit of not eating your food. She's just like I feel like you spoil her too much.
I do.
Lucky dog.
That's what I do. I spoil my dog.
Oh well. Good for her. Okay, so wisdom from the past. It's tough out here being a person. What inspires you? What inspires you to create? I mean, the community, but like, is there any like? I guess
it's a tough one because it's living alone and in a new community. Finding inspiration. That's a hard one for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, so like what? I guess like imagining like when you're dancing or singing along to a song, like that must be slightly inspiring.
That's inspiring because I feel like I can just dance and sing and nobody's around. Yeah.
Be silly.
Yeah. So if I need some inspiration, that's what I usually do, is just dance for Nina.
There you go. What do you feel like is like the quality that inspires you about that though?
One of my ayahuasca journeys, the message was feel the music. And I've come back to that over the last couple of years. And I think it's just the feeling of the music and remembering different places that I've been where I've heard the music. And it kind of takes me back to a pleasant feeling with the community.
Sure.
Especially with the ceremonies, and it's like my happy place.
That's bold. It's bold. I love it though.
It is my happy place.
It's my happy place, dude. Yeah, plants and ceremonies can be very uneasy places for people who are very certain in their ego identities. But when you're trying to make a change, it can be very positive and transformative for you.
Yeah, you have to be open to it and no expectations. I mean, you have expectations, but you can't. It's better not to. Oh, I expected this to happen and it didn't. You have to look at it like, what was the message? What actually came through?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. There's as you were saying, the notion of the music pulling you back to the time and place where you had the feeling in your body. I feel like that's pretty much how manifestation works in a way. That like, especially because I think it's also an Abraham / Esther Hicks philosophy.
Yes.
That like, if you can hold and embody that feeling frequently, then you get like polarized, or like, because this is somebody who I want to have on the podcast. She said this to me when I met her in LA. It was like, shout out to Jeannie. Like, we're emotional magnets. So like when you polarize and you get that like dial set to what the feeling of like you're trying to like attract more of that into your life,
Yeah.
and you can carry it with you, then like you're in the right headspace, in the right like decision making way of
Yes.
doing the things that you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go check out this psychic class or
Mm-hmm.
knit because I want to because I want to have fun or
Drumming circle.
yeah, drum circle, pick up the guitar and learn some simple strumming patterns
Mm-hmm.
or finger picking patterns and
Yeah.
sing along to a song.
It's staying in that frequency of what feels good.
Yeah, being honest with yourself about it because again, if you dilute yourself or yeah, that's a weird one because you can the in between of like overthinking or like thinking something's gonna happen. I guess again expectation, and then it's like doesn't actually come out that way. If you get like too bent out of shape about it,
Yeah.
it's like when it's like what's it trying to teach you or show you about the thing like your own internal ecosystem or your own like identity and
Yeah.
like why you're so wrapped up about this specific outcome needing to be the way that it
Or
is.
to look at it a different way. Yeah. Something you said it. I can't remember what I was going to say.
No, well,
That's okay.
happens to me all the time, dude. All the time. You're just like, oh man.
The right frequency, I guess. Like, if you have a regret or a thought that doesn't make you feel good, before that takes over, find something that does feel good, so that you get that momentum going to carry you through feeling good.
Yeah, you spiral either way. You can spiral up or down.
Yeah,
that's not. It's tough, man. Because again, it's like if you shouldn't try to deflect or like numb or medicate yourself and try to change how you're feeling. This is the quote from the Presence Process by Michael Brown. It's like you get better at feeling, not trying to feel better.
Yes. Or not looking to outside sources for the feeling, but appreciating where you're at.
Yeah.
And look for the feeling within you with the surroundings that you're in at the present time.
Yeah, because both of those things.
Because then you attract the good feeling.
More of it.
Yeah.
More of it.
But it's an everyday process.
Yeah, I mean, it depending on how intentional you are with it. Like I've been writing down, I'm making $10,000 a month for a little while here now because, like I did this from a manifestation. Got the practice from a manifestation journal, and like that's literally exactly how I manifested my RV, my tour bus.
Yeah.
If I could say that, because it was just like you did it. I don't remember how maybe like a month and a half in the book. And then it like you just moved on to doing other stuff, but like basically like fell right into my lap exactly like how much I wanted it for, like how big it was, and it just all like came together in this way that I like didn't ever even
Couldn't imagine.
Yeah, somebody just randomly at my job was like, oh yeah, dude, my fucking grandma's trying to sell this thing. Like, here you go. And it's got like I need the work done, but I got the work done, so we're fine now. But yeah, the uncertainty. I just imagine it as like if you're a trapeze artist, and you're like flipping from one bar to the next bar. That uncertainty of like, man, I really hope I like time this right to catch the next bar and get to the next thing. But there's got to be a lot of freedom in that.
Yeah,
I'd imagine. And there's always a net, as long as you can land in the net.
Yes, that's and kind of helps you to overcome your fears, I think. Yeah.
Fear of success, fear of failure, fear of being judged, fear of like looking like an idiot. I don't know, which I guess just
fear of pain.
Yeah. Sure, fear of being uncomfortable, but I mean that's where the growth is. Quote Les Brown. What do you feel like has been I don't know, an accomplishment? Because I want to go positive this time, and I'll be like, what are you afraid of? Because it's a little crazy, but yeah, like a good accomplishment that you feel like was something that you're proud of.
Accomplishment. I worked for my job for 20 years. That was an accomplishment.
Dedication.
Yeah. Well, it was dedication or fear of finding another job. I don't
Well,
could be either way.
right.
I moved out on my own. That was something that I thought about for a couple of years before it actually happened.
This was after the ayahuasca?
Yes.
Okay. But you didn't do this like right away though. Did you like wait a little while, or did
Yes.
you just like
Yeah. Because I've only been here a little over a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we had our training, it was about 3 years ago.
Yeah, 2021. Yeah. Finishing 2021, I think.
21 is when we started, yeah.
I think we finished in 21.
Did we?
Yeah, January 21, because I was in Santa Cruz in February.
I think it was 22. But I won't hold you to.
Maybe? That might be true.
Because my very first ayahuasca was December of 2020. Because it was like pandemic, and so then we started this training in 21. I think we ended January 22.
Yeah, that sounds very true. It's so weird to me because like I want to think that I've been in California for longer than I have been, but like I guess this is the third year. I guess I could say the West Coast, but the third year won't be really until like February. But I'll like be in Mexico. So yeah, I don't know, dude. I guess all this shit's happening way faster than I thought. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Only you are holding yourself back, I guess, is what I want to say. Oh man, yeah. There's one of the things that I learned in the coaching thing that I did was like I guess I'm just gonna call it the law of averages, but I don't know if it's like correspondence or what the heck the guy called it in the thing. Where it's like if your like life is like a sine wave, that you have like a low point and a high point, that like where you really are living is in that average of those two.
Yeah.
That average is like, I guess, radically trending up or shifting up. I guess I just feel like there's been less. It's just really for me like right now it's just fear of like success. That like I'm gonna do this life coaching thing and actually get the $10,000 a month and be like, fuck, I can do whatever the fuck I want now. I'm totally free. Totally free, which is like exactly what I want. So I just focus.
It's a good thing.
It is a good thing, but it's like for some reason it terrifies me because it's not the way I thought my life was gonna go at all. I guess it's just like some weird thing from like my childhood or teenage years of like it's gotta be hard or like I'm gonna just doing stuff that I'm already comfortable doing is somehow going to give me the results that I want, but I have to do this other thing that's like not physically demanding, but it's emotionally taxing. Mm-hmm. So it's this different level of difficulty that like once I get good at doing it, I'll be fine. It's just this weird in between thing where I'm like, oh no, like what if I fail? But I just know that there's a safety net. It's like, who the fuck cares?
What can happen?
Right, what can happen?
Yeah.
I guess. Do you get out? Does nature inspire, or like do you find any like connection with divinity through the natural world?
Definitely. Yeah. I like being around trees. So being in Washington was like kind of drew me.
Makes sense.
The evergreen state. There's just the park down the road is just full of, evergreens. And if I feel bad, I go for a walk out there and just, sometimes I just look up and watch the trees. It's like they're talking to me.
Very, very, very hippie of you to say.
Yeah. It's like and to think about how long they've been there, what they've seen and gone through and weathered the storm. It's like telling me that I can weather my storm.
Damn. There you go. That's poetic as hell. Yeah, they've been here longer than we have been. It's like the ocean. The ocean is the thing that's like where all the life began. Single cells just swimming around in the water, and then like either mushrooms came from outer space or something, and like, or they single cells evolved into mushrooms, and mushrooms were like the first. I don't know. Actually, know if this is really true. Like multicellular organisms
Mm-hmm.
that like came around, and you had re-showed me. I think I had already seen something about it, but the Wonderful World of Mycelium,
Mm. Yeah,
the movie you just
the
showed me,
fantastic
fungi,
Yeah,
that thing, that like
yeah, how it's all connected and
just a
they
giant
help each other. Yeah,
network of
it's like the internet.
mushrooms. Yeah,
Yeah.
biological internet. Yeah, because we also went to I don't. It's not a mushroom conference. What was
It's
that?
the Mycological Society,
Sure.
Oregon's Mycological Society. Yeah.
Or Oregon, but like, what was that thing like called? Was it just like a
Um,
little festival?
yeah, gathering from all over the country. People
Yeah, people.
they collected mushrooms the day before. They were, I don't know,
6 tables at least.
yeah, just like a forest setting for each one where they came from and how many. There had to be thousands of different, is it species of mushrooms and
I don't know if it was
or
thousands. I'd say definitely. I think it was probably hundreds.
yeah, but I mean they had little tiny mushrooms too.
They did. They
Just
definitely did.
yeah, it's amazing. And then the dyeing, that was the dyeing of the mushrooms, the color.
Yeah, we went to one talk that was just this lady, Julie Lieber, maybe. I can't remember exactly her last name, but I'm gonna try to have her on the podcast too at some point. Who knows?
Just yeah, and the just having a natural dye rather than the chemicals that dye our clothes and how bad it is for the environment. We don't think about that little detail.
No, definitely. It's definitely like overlooked. Like what
Yeah,
what went into making this
yeah,
blues and blacks,
yeah.
greens. Like totally not something that's just like spoken about or in the awareness of people
Yeah,
frequently.
and I thought I was aware of things that harm the environment. I know there's more than we can imagine, but just to think about our colors in our clothes.
Yeah,
When you think of food coloring, stay away from that. But
yeah, because of like bugs and all the random stuff that's in like the dyes and stuff that they put in like sugary processed stuff, but it's the same, similar or the same stuff that's in your clothes that's on your skin for 8 hours a day all the time, gets mixed in with your in your pores and your sweats. We wonder why everyone's all sick chronically all the time. Such a mystery. God, this. I don't know if I put it in a song yet or not, or just the idea that like the convenience is killing us. How
that's a good idea.
Yeah, what's happening. It's accurate. I feel like an accurate description of reality. That like, do you really need to be able to buy some random thing? Well, I don't even know. Like, not toilet paper. You do need probably some toilet paper, but like that dog toy over there. Do you need to be able to buy that from Amazon and have it shipped to your house tomorrow? Could you not just
convenience? Yes.
Right. You know, just like walk to the store or like go to the place. The store has it. Like, it just feels weird. Feels weird because there's got to be some. I think some type of balance between like the abundance of Western society and what's actually gonna make it so that like my great grandchildren can grow up in a world that isn't totally trashed.
Right.
I feel like that should be a thing we could do.
We should be able to do that.
I feel like it, but I don't know.
Maybe we're evolving to that.
Yeah,
maybe the kids now are more aware.
I hope so.
I think so.
I just the people pulling the levers at like the top of the pyramid, like how much do they actually care and how much do they want to see the world burn just so they can maintain?
Well, it's for monetary gain mostly.
Well, exactly, like
power.
Put the boot on the Earth's like necks.
Yes,
and they're all everybody dies, and it's like was it worth the extra couple $1 billion at the end of the year? Like probably not.
Yeah.
But this is my like super far out, like deep conspiracy thing of like, do they think that do they already have some like space age technology that could either solve all the problems or just like let them like escape someplace else? Like how Elon Musk is like, oh yeah, publicly saying he wants to do the whole Mars thing, but getting past the Van Allen belt or radiation belt or whatever, like that remains to be seen. Allegedly, so says Joe Rogan a bunch. I just at some point I'd like to be able to get successful enough to just pay other people to research these things, or like get on like a call with people who are doing research to be able to know one way or the other. So I can, when I make claims, I can be like, no, I'd be like, here's all of the information that my body of truth that I'm working off of. Like, I don't know what you're working off of, but this is what I think based on all these people that I've paid to go back and break into the fucking, not the Pentagon, but the Area 51 or the Vatican and all those places where they're definitely hoarding some secret ass information, like that they just don't want us to know for some reason because it probably ruins their monopoly.
They won't be in control anymore.
Right, dude. It's just sort of related to the whole conspiratorial nature of reality. Do you think aliens are out there zooming around?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't. It'd be kind of egotistical, narcissistic of us to think that we're the only beings in the whole universe.
That's true. For how big
the whole universe.
We
are the only ones.
Right.
Anywhere.
We're special, God's little guys.
I mean,
he loves us more than all the other ones.
Yeah. Maybe he could. You know, we're your favorite.
Yeah, right. We're the favorite, but there are other ones. That'd be some funny ass shit, dude. I wonder, because it would just be like how we have like reality TV, like how like this place is secretly like monitored throughout like the fucking universe. That as if
the
it's
Truman
like,
Show.
Yeah, but just like because they would just have like crazy great technology that we literally wouldn't be able to tell what the fuck's going on, but that it is like a giant like sitcom television show for aliens out there. They're like, yo, let's fucking sit down on fucking whatever they call a Friday and fucking watch fucking the humans trying to figure it out, dude.
Fridays with the humans.
That would be hilarious, dude. Or fucking whatever, like Hump Day with the Humans, or just some ridiculous ass shit. Man, I think that'd be so funny. But I imagine also that there's like the good ones, the good guys, the bad guys, and like whether you want to call them angels or demons, or just like fucking like the reptilians or the fucking
Pleiadians.
Yeah, whatever. But thinking of because I've heard that there's like the ones that look like fucking the Aryan type aliens, that they're just like tall, blonde hair, blue eyes kind of guys. But yeah, I wonder, because again, this is like, is there some convention out there that they're like only certain things can happen between the good guys and the bad guys having some type of like control over the dials and switches of humans fucking future generations and things? And yeah, I just want to know, man, because it's more frustrating having to like just say all this crazy shit and not knowing.
Not know.
And then all of the skeptics out there just make me so fucking like, not frustrated, but just annoyed that they're just like, they just seem so adamantly certain. Like, I'm at least being like, yo, this could be, and I would prefer it to be this way because it would make life infinitely more interesting. But they're just like, nope, no way. And I'm just like, God, what the fuck? Like, how are you so certain in that that's not a thing? Like, that seems like it's on par with the people who are like, no, this is definitely it. They definitely have them. It's like that. You're just as
extreme.
Bad. Yeah,
right.
The other
One extreme to the other.
Polarity. Have you ever had any type of spooky interaction with the...
No, I haven't.
No.
And I know that other people have.
Yeah.
I mean, I've listened to them in ceremony, and
sure.
I have not. I mean, I feel like my ancestors are present.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of something I'm working on, is to be more open to communication with the spirits on the other side.
Psychically?
Yes, psychically. Yes. Yeah.
Are our ancestors not from the stars, you know?
They're not from...
No, are they?
Are they from the stars?
Yeah, because this is Zachariah Sitchin, all his work with that basically he alleges that human beings were like created by other people that came here to like mine gold, and that like they basically made us as like a slave race because they had like two different or like different castes of their own like people that they were like the workers who were doing it for fucking forever, and like the people who were lording over them, and then like people were like the slave. Their worker class was like, "Yo, fuck this! We've been doing this for forever. Is this ever gonna end? Like, we don't want to do this anymore." So then they like made human beings from like the animals, hominid kind of people that were already here, and like changed it to like make us. And then they were like, we were like too much like them, and then like Earth is also like a pretty not dangerous, but pretty intense place. So there's just like there's just like what the heck, like oh god, there's so many things that I need to know to be able to explain the story. That basically because of this, it's like the toroid asteroid field or stream that like those asteroids either like one of them obviously killed the dinosaurs. It's like mainstream science says that. But then, like, there's another one that's, like, more recent in, like, the last, like, 14 to 12 or 10,000 years. That, like, it wasn't, like, a, I think it's younger Dryas impact theory. That, like, it wasn't that, like, a giant one or a bunch of small ones, like, hit the Earth. They, like, exploded in the atmosphere and, like, changed, like, the temperatures and, like, caused a massive flood that wiped out either their stuff or like other advanced people or like I'm just like super. I don't even know where I am in this story anymore.
So then did they leave the humans behind?
Pretty much that they got what they needed, and then they left their like not inbred but like half blood people that were like some of them were like breeding with human beings, and like those people were like the people that claim that they like come from the gods, or like that's where sort of the idea culturally the notion of like divine right of kings, like that they came from the people, the bloodlines that were the leaders of those people. That like that's why we get all this wonky, crazy like elitism, people who hoard the secret knowledge because that's just how it's been since that time period for thousands of years.
Only the upper class could have the knowledge.
Right. Secret societies of like you gotta be in and have the secret handshakes, do the agree to have blackmail on everyone in the group so that like no one goes out and tells the rest of the people because it just ruins the game. Partially, I think it's like this weird cultural or like collective hero's journey thing that like enough people kind of gotta wake up to being deceived for however many forevers to be able to make a shift and get together and figure out a different, better system of governance. I'd like to see it as like instead of like top down, I guess like bottom up in very reasonably sized communities that are all like able to farm or tend or steward some amount of like arable land, and that because you can't in that system what I am imagining is that like if it's generally most people are free and there are these community centers that like if you could just travel like 100 200 some miles in any direction, and there's all of these like places where maybe their customs are a little different but they have like a place where because some people are going to want to travel and some people aren't going to want to travel. So like you're gonna have the people that are like running the tiny little things, and that I don't know. Now I'm getting into like governments and shit of like how you'd have to like disassemble a giant centralized thing, and how like I just imagine it's kind of like instead of it being like a pyramid, it's a fucking like layers of a cake that like the only like the bottom layer is going to be the biggest, widest, giantest thing, and that like it's got to be a circle and not a square because like everyone is included in a circle and you can all face in or face out and like look equally, but that people only when you have to like figure something out would you need to like make another smaller circle on top of that to like solve a problem. Like if everybody in like the state of Washington or Oregon needed to like know about a thing, or I don't know, because then it also goes into like media and how the people at the top are fucking
controlling
like,
the media.
You can't talk about that because it's gonna make our company lose $1 billion. Like that doesn't help the fact that like there are what the fuck is it? The things that when you get the side effects of like any drug that like they're not immediately publicized because it's like it's gonna ruin the bottom line with people that are fucking making their profits off of the backs of other people suffering and how doctors don't actually want you to be well.
Keep people sick,
right?
So they can continue to take the pharmaceuticals.
Dependent, yeah. We need less of that. We need more freedom.
Kind of like the media keeping people in fear.
Yeah.
And dependent.
Yeah.
They don't want people thinking for themselves.
No, because then they're not manipulated.
Compliant.
Compliant and manipulatable to their outcome.
Yeah.
Their thing of like, we make the problem, but we already have the solution. So how do we get them to react the way that we want so that they accept whatever thing that we're saying is the solution to the problem that we also created?
Yes.
At some point, I feel like I'm really going to be able to explain this better to people so that like they'll wake up and want to go do the thing that I say is the right way to go. But I want to get to a point where I can like debate people well enough that like I could be like, no, this is why this is working, and here's the little thing that I made with the people that are also already following me, and it works pretty fucking good here. Like, why wouldn't it? We can keep implementing it in other ways, shapes, and forms. But dude, how many moons in the future that's going to be?
Right.
I have no idea.
Self-sustainable communities would be nice.
Yeah, not exactly. Ayahuasca retreat centers, or just retreat centers in general, so people who are wanting to do things and can come and
because everybody has their own gift, and we just need to appreciate everyone's individual gifts and not be them and me, separate, which is what the media wants.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be. You got to teach children differently.
Yeah,
definitely got to start with the education, or like teaching people how to learn. Not teaching them how to just be a human calculator that can regurgitate facts that they don't really need to know. Especially now that the internet is a thing, you got to be able to figure out how to sort through it and find where the information is versus like just having it. This is a double-edged sword though, because there's a story of in Egypt. Like I've been watching a lot of stuff about the ancient civilizations, and one of the things from Egypt was like Thoth created written language for people, and then some, like either the pharaoh or one of the other gods was like, no, you've doomed them because now they're not going to remember anything. They're just going to want to write everything down, and like so there's that. Yeah, like if you still need to be able to like have the knowledge of how to build a fire, or like, because if for some ungodly, I can't even call it ungodly because like God is pure chaos, but like if another younger giant impact thing happened and we got knocked back into the Stone Age, only the people that like know how to do any of the shit, or like there's like a book that I want to buy because they keep fucking marketing it to me. It's called like The Book, where it's like if civilization was to collapse.
Survivalist.
Oh, more like penicillin, rope, like all the shit that you would need. I wouldn't really call that survivalist per se, but I guess maybe it kind of is.
For you to survive through a catastrophe.
And rebuild civilization,
Yeah.
I guess,
Yeah.
Weird, I guess, survivalist. Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, you're just
that's a term that's been misused.
Like, if you like a plane crashed and you were like thousands of miles from wherever the next tiniest thing was to get back into civilization, then like you gotta like survive in the woods until they like send a rescue team hopefully to find you. I imagine like that's more like a survivalist thing versus like Armageddon is like survivor more than survivalist, I guess. But
yeah,
similar but different. Definitely pretty damn similar, because it's like you gotta like make it either way.
Or if the internet and the electricity and everything all communication was cut off.
Right.
Then what?
Right.
Cut off your gas. Can't drive anywhere.
Yeah, you can't go to the grocery store.
Right.
It's over.
Then you need to survive. So you have to have your.
Gotta be able to know what mushrooms you can and can't eat.
Exactly.
You gotta be able to have the farm with the animals.
Yeah.
And defend it from the people that are coming through with their sticks or stones or guns to try to take your stuff. So it's like back to fucking militarism in some way, shape, or form, feudalism or tribalism, I guess. Huh. How did we get here, Susan? I don't know either. We're here, dude. Do you have any goals for the future if there isn't a societal collapse?
If there's not, let's see. I'm going to travel some more.
You do what you got. You told me a lot of shit. You already traveled a bunch.
I have traveled in the last few years. Since I retired, I've traveled.
Yeah. Where do you want to travel to?
Yeah. I go to Hawaii.
Have you ever been? Or?
I've been once to a yoga retreat.
Right. You said that previously.
But I'd like to go back to another island. And then, I don't know, eventually I'd like to go to the Isla Mujeres and off of Cancun, Mexico.
Okay.
To see that. And travel back east. I'd like to take it cross country, visit friends along the way, and
driving.
Go back. I think I would like to drive.
Yeah. It's
see the country.
It's wild doing it. One time I did it to get out here originally. It was like you just keep going. You're like, this is all one country. You're like, what the fuck? This is enormous. Like very few other places are like that. Like probably like China and Russia. And that's like really the only two giant, enormous places. Like you could probably drive through Africa, like north south, but obviously you're gonna get stopped at a shit ton of borders. But like America, you just keep fucking going, and you're just like it's all one place. One little piece of plastic allows you to drive through all the other places, even though like they have different colors on their pieces of plastic. It's just fucking crazy, man. It's a crazy world. So what about traveling? Like makes you why the traveling?
Because I do like nature, so I like to see nature in different environments. I love the ocean and the different coastlines and different oceans, the people, and seas, and the people. I'm kind of a keep to myself person, so I do enjoy the people.
Mm-hmm. Like people watching,
more than people. Yes, talking. People interacting. Yes. But since I have Nina with me most of the time, she attracts a lot of people.
Oh, so
she kind of forces me to interact with people.
Got him. She got you. She's the people. She's the people person. People dog. Yeah, I like when I travel. I just I always feel like I go with like really specific things. Like I'm either like training or healing. I guess more now. Recently, I'm just trying to like also network while I travel, like find or build communities along the way.
Yeah, I like to travel to visit. Go back to California to visit family, so I do that quite often.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
And I do like going to retreats too, so that's always fun.
It's well, yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna not agree. Oh wow. Okay, well, I guess that's been almost an hour. So I'll ask you the last question, and it'll probably be a little less than an hour. And hopefully you've been reasonably entertained, human beings. I just assume people at some point just tune out or don't pay attention anymore because not really. I mean, unless I'm totally getting like I don't want to hear this person talk anymore, then I'll do that with a podcast that I listen to. But I've been listening to some more that I've been listening to start to finish. So it's just as they need, as they need and as necessary. Normally I'll ask people if they like want to like put their social media or anything on there if they're because part of this platform is platforming other people so that they can get in front of and grow their thing and be successful, but it's not really that kind of episode. I don't think you're really trying to do that.
I don't have a social media.
Yeah, exactly. You're fine. So I'll just say my thing. If you want to check out my free intuition course, the link is in the bio. It's on the screen. Intuition. I also do like life coaching. So if you want to do that, you can just DM me on Instagram, which is also in the link app thing in the description or the show notes or however. If you're listening or watching, it's there. And so for the final question. For Susan, if we were both going to die as soon as we stop recording this, what like thing do you think is so crucial that you gotta like tell everybody? Because the way that this would work is that whatever piece of nugget of wisdom you're like sharing with the world that it gets beamed in like psychically to all the other brains. Like this is super important. People will take this with you. It's crucial. We're dying. Pay attention.
We're dying. Be kind to one another. So many problems would be solved if we could just be kind.
Be kind.
Be kind. It's not them against me. It's
us against ourselves.
Us against ourselves. Yeah. Be kind to one another and yourself.
You said that before, but it's
I
so
said
good.
That before,
you said it's so good.
You can't say it enough.
Right. Say it again. Say it for the people in the back who can't hear you. Be kind.
Be kind. Be kind.
Be kind anytime.
And enjoy the present.
Mm. Yeah. It's all you ever got.
Live in the present. Yes.
Mm. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. I guess that's kind of piggybacking off of what we're saying. Like be kind to yourself, and forgive yourself, and write a goal down. Write a goal down, because if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. But if you know where you're going, every road will take you there, because it's like this weird little like buoy out there on the horizon. There, you're like, I want to go that way. And like maybe you dip down into a valley, or you go up a mountain and you can't really see the buoy anymore. But if you might not be able to physically see it, but if you have it in your brain and you get like obsessed or driven, you just know that even if you like feel like you're fall off the path, you just kind of like get a peek around the mountain. You're like, oh yeah, it's still over there. I got to keep going, and it'll just be able to. You can bear the burden of any how if you have a strong enough why. Quoting off of Friedrich Nietzsche.
Go with the flow.
Yeah. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Yeah. If you're swimming upstream, you're going to get plumb tuckered out like a salmon. You might jump right into the mouth of a grizzly bear, but you'll probably make it. It's a numbers game. Or R/K. For fucking R/K, what is that? It's mating selection styles or whatever it is. Okay, but that's all of our time. So I'll do the outro and we'll be done. We can go walk Nina. Smile more, complain less, never ever ever give up, and do discern for your darndest best. Namaste. Have a great day. Slosh if it's nighttime soon. Live light, travel light, be the light. Live good, feel good, do good, be good. And I'll catch you on the flip side next time if I don't see you IRL anytime sooner. Thank you so much.